Hey guys, how you doing? It's KJ here from The Scariest Movie Ever Made. I wanted to do a video on the Grammys 2014. I actually made a little video a couple hours before the Grammys even started. I put it up on the channel and took it back down around the time the Grammys actually started. And that video was just telling you guys kind of keep your eyes open for any Illuminati rituals or symbols or whatever. So sure enough, the Grammys came and went, and sure enough, there's plenty to be seen there. So that's what we're doing. We're going to take a look at a few things here. And, I knew that because I've been covering this subject now for years, and especially over the last few years, I've done a few videos on like the Paralympic ceremonies, some of the Olympic ceremonies themselves, halftime shows, you name it. These are all public rituals right before our very eyes. The Illuminati is just one name for these people. The Luciferians, to me, it's more accurate, but essentially, these people are witches and warlocks. I know it sounds crazy, but, do a little research, check it out for yourself. It's very real. Look into the Aleister Crowley connections as well. Read a little Manly P. Hall, maybe some Albert Pike, and throw in a little Fritz Springmeier, and your eyes are going to start opening. So all this stuff's happening, like I said, for a reason. We're entering the fifth age. We're there. We're in that kind of gray area where everything's switching over. And that's what these people are waiting for as well. They're looking for their time, and their time will be the New World Order, the One World Government, the Antichrist system. It's going to be a satanic system, but they're slowly selling it to us. They have been for years. They've been conditioning us, and a lot of people are going to accept it. It's just the truth. In fact, I believe the majority of people are going to go for this stuff, the RFID stuff, because they're going to make you like gods. There's going to be some interesting technology there. I've covered that as well. And it's coming. It's coming, okay? So let's just kind of cut into it here and get down here with the Grammys. So anyway, right there's the logo. Easy stuff, simple stuff. Right there is just kind of the... Everywhere we look, there's pyramids for the Illuminati, right? Like on the back of the dollar. Even right here, you can kind of see the outline, but you could do your little pyramid right there, and you got your sun symbol at the top. So there's the Grammys. And that's the easy stuff. That's 101, right? Let's go ahead and jump into it with Katy Perry. So here's Katy Perry. The Paralympic ceremony, check that video out. Even on that one, they literally had a witch, a male witch, a warlock, if you will, go up there and do a prayer for the ceremonies before everything. So, excuse me. So, like I said, man, they're really coming out, okay? And here's Katy Perry. You can see this little horned figure back here and this other kind of demonic figure over here. And here's her crystal ball. And then here's her little outfit. Dragonfly, Phoenix, whatever you want to call it. And here's her demonic figures again. But she's essentially a witch. I mean, it's not just a reach. Because at one point, her and all the dancers are actually running around, they're spinning around and dancing around broomsticks as if they were stripper poles, okay? And, that actually got me looking for something else. I started kind of doing a little search on witch stuff, and like I said, I've got a lot of that stuff compiled, and I'm going to show you a few of those connections here. But one thing I found, which I hadn't seen before, is a few years ago, a bunch of witches went to the White House, took their brooms and like swept it clean. I guess this is a while back. It's just after Bush left and before Obama came in. They were cleaning it up for Obama with their brooms. That's hard footage to find, but you can do a little digging. You'll find the stories. So go check that out sometime as well. Again, just kind of coming out. They're showing themselves. So there's Katy Perry doing her little witchcraft stuff on stage. And, of course, here's the dark horse, the red eye. And, signaling apocalypse, of course, and the revelations. And, well, here he is again. Probably remember this guy from Denver International Airport. Most of you who are into my channel or my videos probably already know about the Denver International Airport. If you don't, go check that out. That is fascinating stuff, and pretty obvious, again, that's all New World Order. The place was built by Freemasons. There's a plaque there, and it's filled with, all kinds of interesting symbolism. So go check that out as well. I mean, this system is being built around us, guys. It has been for a really long time, and they're conditioning us, okay? And they put little pieces out, little puzzle pieces, and that's what people like myself are out here for. We're trying to decipher it and put it all together. So there you go. She had the horse up on stage as well. Here's Katy Perry. And now I'm going to jump into a few other things here, and then I'm going to get back to something on Katy Perry. What I was saying earlier is, they're really coming out. And that's what I caught from this whole Grammy ceremony was, I've done several videos here in the past where I'm telling you guys, they're coming out. This Illuminati symbol stuff and all that, I mean, it's starting to go to the wayside a little bit because now they're just straight up coming out and looking like witches, and doing these rituals and these ceremonies, and it's becoming more of a straight up Satanism thing, okay? And some interesting anomalies. Last October, they had this witch nebula came out. I thought that was interesting. Looks like a witch, right? So signs in the heavens, if you will, of what's to come, premonitions. And it also reminded me of this. I did a video a while back on Lady Gaga. And Lady Gaga has a little witch hat on here, and she went out and had a meeting with Julian Assange. So check out that video on my channel as well. I believe that's when he sold out to them. Who sends a pop star out here? He was overseas seeking asylum, and they sent Lady Gaga, and she went into his room and met with him for a few hours. Came back out. They never really discussed what it was, but even the black and white picture they put right here, she's in black, he's in white, the duality. Back to the Masons again, so that's something for you to look into. But the witch hat, again, they're coming out. They're showing themselves. And here's just another one I wanted to throw in there, another Lady Gaga with her witch hat and the obvious one-eye stuff here, and kind of the clown face going on too. We've seen a lot of the clown stuff. The Grox is really, really good on that. He shows a lot of the symbolism with the clowns and the Antichrist. And of course, we have Madonna at the Grammys with her witch hat on, and she's a big Kabbalist. You can look into the Kabbalah, and that is definitely a big part of the New Age, one world religion to come. And here's Madonna again with her hat. Another thing too, I did a video on this one as well not long ago, and it's on some of the TV shows that are coming out now. But this one right here, American Horror Story. People were really hating on me for this one because they love this show, and I've seen a few of the episodes too. But it's straight up in your face, blatant Satanism, praying to Satan at times, spells cast, the whole thing. There's no holding back on this one. It's filled with Illuminati symbolism, which is satanic symbolism, and filled with rituals. All right, so there's that. Again, coming out. Very popular show, too. Totally mainstream. And then, of course, we had this one as well. We have the Satanic Church from New York is trying to build this statue right here. They want to put it in Oklahoma next to the Ten Commandments. So, again, normalizing this Satanism. Okay. Another example is this right here. I've done a video on these guys as well. And these guys were with the Winner Take Earth campaign, okay, from Samsung. And they got these little soccer balls with the occultic symbols all around it. But these guys were showing up all over the world, man, all over the place. Okay, they got their upside down, the V right here on their head, or the upside down pyramid. And the V is the fifth age. So we got that, but again, people are like, hey man, that's just an advertisement. Guys, you got to open your eyes. I mean, all this stuff is connected. They're revealing themselves. And the thing is, there's going to come a day where I'm not going to need to do videos like this anymore because it's going to be so obvious and in our face. They're going to come out. So they're slowly conditioning you. And all these people who are, oh man, that's just an advertisement. A lot of people cannot be saved from this, man. I'm sorry. I know that probably sounds bad, but, we can't save everybody. A lot of people are going to go down when all this stuff happens. A lot of people are going to go for it, man. They're going to fall right into the system. That's just, it is what it is, I'm paraphrasing scripture. I can't remember what it is. I know Jesus at one point said you basically tell somebody twice, like try to teach somebody something twice. And if they're still not getting it, just walk away. Again, I'm horrible with that. I know I'm paraphrasing things. If you know the scripture, you'll let me know. But that's the way I look at it too. I mean, you try to lead people to the water, but if they don't want to drink, they ain't going to drink. And then I just give up. I don't care anymore, because like I said, it's a sad fact, but I accept it. There's so many people who are dumbed down and lost in this matrix that they're going to fall for this crap, man, when it comes. It's going to be crazy. Anyway, there's that Winner Takes Earth campaign with that weird occultic symbol and the soccer ball. They throw the soccer ball in again just for the cover. It's a soccer ball, man. It's just, it's all cool, man. It's sports. Here's what else I wanted to get into a little bit with Katy Perry. That's her dad right there. He's supposed to be this Christian minister, all right? And I get so tired of hearing that and seeing that story, like, pushed out there, that he's just this minister. I mean, he even did an interview with Alex Jones. Go check that out sometime, but look at this guy. I mean, I'm all for having your own style and I guess fashion to a certain degree or whatever, but This guy's supposed to be like this preacher. You know, I always thought that if you're going to be a preacher, that humility is probably a big part of that. When I look at this guy, he looks like a freaking rock star. With this leather suit, got his cross on. So, you know, he's a good guy. He's got his cross on, so, you know he's a Christian, so it's all good. I mean, man, how many, like, people wear these crosses, and it just doesn't mean a thing, especially in the industry, the music industry. Look at all the crazy heavy metal people out there, heavy metal gods that wear crosses constantly, and a lot of these guys are about as far away from God as you can get. Not saying all of them. There's people that can be into it as well, but you know, most of these Illuminati people as well, these Illuminati celebs and stars, you know, they wear these crosses too. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, wearing a cross doesn't mean anything. So there he is. Here's some more of him. This is your Christian minister. And I always thought this guy was suspect. There's a bit of footage I was trying to find and I couldn't find it. It was on TMZ. Maybe you guys can track it down. I looked for it again today before I did this. But it was video of this guy, of Katy Perry's dad, in Beverly Hills shopping. The TMZ kids like ran up on him with cameras. He was out there shopping, and he's got like both of his hands filled with bags from all the biggest stores, the most expensive stores in Beverly Hills, walking to this cool little sports car. You know, and of course he's dressed to the nines. He had on like a leather suit then too. So, you know, he gets over there and he doesn't really want to talk to these guys, but he gets in. But even that, I'm just like, dude, really? This guy's supposed to be this, like, preacher of the gospel? Come on. I did a video a while back on how they program you to hate Christians. I think that's the name of it. Something like that. But even in that one, I was showing these, the LA preachers, or preachers of LA. You may have seen that. If not, you should check that out. It's total blasphemy. Pretty sickening and disgusting. But again, it's all these big-time preachers in Los Angeles making buttloads of money, you know, preaching the gospel, wink wink. So to me, this guy falls right into that category. Here he is with Russell Brand. I've got a video working on Russell Brand. I'm going to bring it pretty soon. I hope you're not sucked into his stuff. I'm just saying. I'm going to show you some stuff on him. So here he is again, freaking rock star, right? Oh, and there's his wife. Look, they're so cool. They're hipsters. He's a hipster preacher. So, you know, like I said, I did a little digging on this guy, too. I want to show you something on him real quick. Because I was like, you know, how does he fit into all this stuff? You know, I mean, he's out there saying, oh, my daughter's a devil worshiper, or she's a child of Satan. Pray for her. But, you know, this guy's getting a lot of press, and he's making more money off of this stuff, too. And we should look into SRA, satanic ritual abuse. I don't know if this guy did it or if Katy Perry was a part of it. But, you know, a lot of these stars, turns out, you know, their parents sell them out. Especially a lot of the Disney kids, you know. Check that out. Billy Ray Cyrus, Miley Cyrus. Look up some of that stuff. That's a big thing as well. Or, you know, I was trying to find older pictures of this guy, and I couldn't really find any. But for all I know, he could have been just like a regular Joe back in the day. And then once his daughter hit big, well, you know, now he's sold out too. So who knows? But I did find one thing I thought was kind of interesting as far as psychological operations go. We'll check this video out.
Difficult, and it's all because of her Holly Scoop. Katy Perry finds me Bauer for Holly Scoop. Katy Perry finds reading difficult. Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie Bauer for Holly Scoop. Katy Perry finds reading difficult, and it's all because of the way she was brought up. By now, we know her parents are super strict Christians, and not wanting her to go to public schools was just one example. Katy was brought up in a strict religious household and didn't go to school much because her family moved around the U.S. when she was younger, and her education suffered as a result. Katy tells Vogue, I have a problem reading. I wasn't going to grade schools because my parents didn't believe in public education. They wanted the education to be influenced by their religion, so I was going to these halfway education / Christian schools that were like pop-up shop style education.
So there you have it. You know, poor Katy Perry. homeschooled by these strict Christian parents. Guys, I've done videos on this stuff as well. The public education... So there you have it. As far as I'm concerned, just more of the psychological operation here. I mean, you've got to look beyond the headlines. These people are very clever. These people that are, these Luciferians, these pagans, these Illuminati, they're very clever, okay? And, I mean, you can buy that story if you want, but I don't. Not at all. This is all God-devil stuff. I cover this stuff on my channel, but essentially it's a very simple idea. There is a God, there is a devil, and there's a huge battle taking place, but probably 80 to 90% of the population is, for the most part, I think, clueless to how deep it's really going. That's what we're here for, not sitting here trying to pat ourselves on the back and like, we got it all figured out, but we got more figured out than most people. So again, it's just always good to kind of dig and think a little bit deeper. The public education system is a sewer. It's disgusting. And I've covered that on many of my videos as well. I mean, look at Common Core anyway. I don't know if you've seen Common Core, but that's one of the new things being pushed on all the kids. They're teaching the kids about sex, like in kindergarten, first, second, third grade, how to give a blowjob. It's pretty important, for a child to know. I've always said that. It's very important to teach a child about anal sex. And this is all stuff that's actually happening, guys. Okay, I'm not just making it up. So all these public schools are under the grip of the government. And, of course, the government is Illuminati. And this is what we get, all right? You got Common Core. You got a program out there that's literally teaching children that 7 plus 4 could equal 12, as long as the kid can explain why it equals 12. And that's called doublethink. And that all comes straight out of 1984 from George Orwell. If you've ever read that book, you know what I'm talking about. If not, you should definitely check it out, because it totally mirrors what's happening right now in our world. But it's doublethink. It's basically confusing people. It's creating a world of just relativism, that there is no truth. It destroys truth. Not just spiritual or religious truth, but I mean truth in general, and again, it's just all part of the dumbing down process. And this is the kind of stuff your kids are being taught in public school. I mean, look up some of the videos. Like I said, I've done a lot of videos on this stuff as well. I mean, they're rotting their brains and dumbing them down even worse. And the kids already got strikes against them because most of the food they're eating is GMO laced. The water's got fluoride in it. And this isn't just some crazy kook talking. This is all stuff you can look into. And fluoride's been put in our water for a long time now, and it does dumb you down. It creates kind of a zombie state. This is why Hitler and Stalin even had it installed, or not installed, but put in their water in their camps. So it'd kind of dumb down the prisoners, slow them down a little bit. Well, all of us are prisoners, I guess, because we're all drinking that water. I don't anymore, but it's something to look out for. But even going to a plastic bottled water, for you and your kids, even that, heated up in the sun, bisphenol A. And it's got a bunch of estrogen, and actually studies have been done where it feminizes your boys. So, you got to wake up. You got to realize there's a true battle going on all kinds of fronts. And I look at this right here, this last clip we just saw with the whole Katy Perry homeschooling thing, is another attack on Christianity and Christians. I believe her father is just a willing dupe, because he's doing well, he's making money. He's that preacher that's got that devil child, that's famous, that Illuminati child. He's trying to stop her, and he ain't trying to do nothing. This guy's making a couple bucks too, so he's a sellout as far as I'm concerned. Alright, so let's go and move on past. We've done enough Katy Perry. And then we get Daft Punk. I don't know if you know who Daft Punk is. These guys are, again, total Illuminati puppets, always doing the symbolism. Right here, throwing up the pyramid, throwing up the pyramid, throwing up the pyramid. This is what these guys do. Right here, guys, hello. They perform on stage in a huge pyramid, right here underneath the capstone. It's pretty obvious stuff. Really not a lot I need to cover on these guys. They won some awards, but Daft Punk, you look them up, look up Daft Punk Illuminati, you'll find all kinds of stuff on these guys. And of course, they're going to win some awards at the Grammys as well. So then we'll get to kind of like this last little bit right here, and this was the gay weddings. They had a bunch of gay weddings on there, and the minister in charge, I guess, was Queen Latifah, who is a lesbian. There's plenty of information out there on that. You can look it up, so check that out. But here they had it was Macklemore and Madonna were actually performing this one. But here they had the stage set up like a church, like a cathedral. And they might as well. Most of y'all know how I feel about church in general. To me, church for the most part is compromised. And it's not about church or going into a building. It really is your personal relationship, I believe, with God and with Jesus Christ. And that's all a part of the awakening as well. We're seeing more and more people wake up to that. I'm not saying church is horrible for everybody. It might be part of your path, and if it is, that's great. I feel it's no longer a part of mine. I felt that way for many years. I won't get into that now. We'll get into that some other time. So they got the stage set up right here as the church. Oh, there's more Daft Punk. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Here's the preacher. It's Queen Latifah, Madonna up on stage. It's Macklemore. And then here's some of the weddings. So there you go. Now, again, even with that stuff, there is a gay agenda out there. I know that pisses people off a lot of the time when I mention this stuff in my videos, but it's absolutely true. You may be one of the coolest, most down-to-earth gay people ever, and I know a lot of them, actually, that don't like this kind of stuff. It annoys them as well. It doesn't matter, though. There's an agenda. The Illuminati takes control of everything, and once they take control of it, they utilize it to propel what they want, which is this coming New World Order, the complete and total abolition of Christianity, of Jesus, and we see that in all elements of our culture. Jesus is a joke, on TV, media, movies, for the most part. Jesus is a joke. And they're stripping all the religious rights away from people, and at the same time we're bringing all this kind of stuff in. It's going to be the New Age. The New Age religion is coming. One world government, one world religion, one world leader. The Antichrist. It's all on the way, and this gay stuff all plays right into it as well. Okay, so, don't be hating. I'm just saying, guys, this is what it is. I didn't create this system. The system is what it is, and they're definitely using the gay agenda to their benefit. All right? So, anyway, guys, that's what I got for you. I just kind of want to cover a little something on the Grammys, show you guys the things I saw. The Illuminati is coming out. I've been saying this for a very long time. It's becoming much more obvious. You may still think I'm an idiot or retarded, as I'm called a lot, or crazy, and that's fine. But in the near future, and it's coming, it's just going to get to a point where there'll be no denying it. But by the time that comes, most of these people who are denying it now, I think are just going to fall right into it and just not care. It's kind of where I'm at on it. Like I said, guys, we're living in very exciting and interesting times, and the dividing line is there. The sheep and the goats are being separated as we speak, and we're seeing it right here, guys. The Illuminati is coming out. The satanic one world system is...
What's wrong?
Just a little woozy, Kevin.
What are you woozy from, Benny?
Well, I've been signing contracts in blood all day.
Yeah. Blood? That's nothing. I had to sell my soul to be famous.
Oh!
Thank you very much, Jay-Z.
You're welcome! This year's nominees for the Illuminati Puppet of the Year are Lil Wayne for Love Me, a song about how much traumatized women trapped in cages love Lil Wayne, featuring butterflies, Satan, and a bathtub full of blood.
Azealia Banks for Young Rapunzel, the story of a person with little to no control over their own mind, bending over backward to a police state and surrounded by owls, eyes, and some all-around weirdness.
Miley Cyrus for everything she did in 2013. Whether she was twerking, tongue-wagging, or panty-dropping, this former Disney poster girl turned innocence and wholesomeness into sleaze and trash faster than you could say Hannah Montana.
Katy Perry for Prism, an album targeted at children that conveniently shares its name with another breakout star from 2013, the NSA's Prism surveillance program.
And last but not least, perennial nominee Lady Gaga for Lady Gaga and the Muppets Holiday Spectacular. 3.6 million viewers tuned in to watch this Illuminati favorite flash the one-eye sign to Kermit and the gang. Being vacuous, soulless, and shallow never looks so good or endearing.
Boy, Gaga sure is Gaga over that all-seeing eye.
Before we go, we'd like to thank the 5 corporations that own and produce every single media outlet. AOL Time Warner, Disney, Universal, Sony. Without you, none of this would exist. Thank you. Good night.